the Radical Measures podcast. As promised, we have a funny and interesting guest. Please give it up for the very funny comic, Shamik, everyone. You must have seen him in the latest season of Comicstaan. If you haven't, do check it out. And more than that, do check out his live performances. He is scheduling a lot of shows in and around the city and touring, maybe?
Yeah, small tour coming up in August, yes.
In August? Wonderful. August is the month where everybody finds their independence. All right? So do check him out on his tour. Very funny guy. Welcome, Shamik.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, you're a Comicstaan alum. We are making a beeline for all of them. You're our inside man now.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You're a collectible at this.
Oh, yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's what I've always gone for, man. That's the dream.
That is the dream, isn't it? Because you're real genuine fans of stand-up or anything. Like if you're a fan of, you start collecting moments and pieces of that thing. Like if you're big on cricket, you have one signed bat at least.
Yeah.
You know, which you like clean and you treat it as an heirloom.
Correct.
Like this is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Just like that with stand-up, if you become a big fan, like then you see, oh, this person has collected albums and stuff like that, or maybe posters.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe in the 1960s.
Yes. NFTs now.
Yeah,
You're a time traveler.
Yeah, I was like, where's he going with this? I don't know if there's any collectible, but yeah, people collect content. I mean, they're just looking for any content of you, right? And they're collecting it in a sense by pressing save on their Instagram. So that is a collection that they're making of their own.
You feel like a librarian of things you like.
Yeah.
And I know where I have saved all of the things.
Yeah, where do I
like.
save all my things? Oh, there. The one place.
Volume 1 of Trend is here.
Things I will never go back and watch, but I've saved them anyways. Don't you guys just save random things on Instagram and then go through it?
And not just Instagram. I have a YouTube watch later. I'll come across something interesting and then I'll choose to save it to watch later. That is something I cannot understand at all.
Never.
Of all the content I have curated, found what I like, and now I'm like, I'm done with this. I've just found.
I've given a lovely gift to my future self. Which my future self will never get to.
It's the weirdest form of procrastination. Procrastinating to enjoy something.
And it also shows your lack of attention span because the only moment I go back to the watch later playlist is when I'm going in the history tab of YouTube to watch something I've seen 2 minutes ago.
Yes.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, but 2 weeks ago I saved this. I added it to a playlist. And the title is Fix Your Life Now. And I'm like, watch later. I'm not paying attention to this.
That's one. Anything that says do now, I definitely put to watch later. That's my reflex. Because it's like, I don't want to be pushed around by a YouTube video. But also I want to know what it could change my life. So
I want the option of it. Like I want to change, but when the potency will increase a lot, that is when I'll turn to this book. And before that, I'm not.
And you often end up like, I've saved a lot of things which just with the same approach that I'll get to this. And then the uploader has got rid of the video. That happens. You just have a list of video unavailable. You're like, what were the things I was into 3 years back? I guess
it feels like a robbery now.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I saved this for me. How does the uploader not know that there is one viewer?
It also makes you question your choice as well. I understand, like, hey, was I into illegal stuff? Was this not meant for public consumption? What was I watching?
I want to almost message the uploader that, hey, I don't know what this was, but I wanted to see it. Can you bring it back?
YouTube has made us believe that we are all becoming studios in ourselves, right? It's like everybody wants to be involved with a screen.
Everyone is a content creator now. Every single person. And YouTube is just, dude, I'm not addicted to anything I tell people, but I am addicted to YouTube. That's the truth. I'm just always on it. When I'm not on something, I'm on YouTube. And I'm usually avoiding anything useful on YouTube. Like with the last useful thing I watched on YouTube, I mean, I don't know if it's useful, but I watched this World War II documentary.
That is important.
That was useful to know
Yeah.
about, what mistakes we should not repeat. But apart from that,
will you ever be in
Never.
such a position that you will do those mistakes?
man, I don't know, but I can say that in the future, if I was going to consider starting a world war, I won't now after
Yeah.
watching that video. So that was useful. But everything else is like random. I try to find the worst things. I don't know
Yeah.
what instinct this is, but I've got there now mentally. YouTube is like crap. I have to go to watch crap. That's what I go
And because you keep watching like a diverse
Hmm.
number of things
Hmm.
on YouTube, it's always some different video, something
Yeah.
comedy, something else, and
for.
whatnot.
Yeah.
That's why it never gives you the thing that you're addicted to one thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
It hides the fact that you're addicted to this very
Yeah,
well.
it's like your cocaine dealer telling you, hey, there's something new. You want to try it out?
It's just cocaine in
Better,
different
dude.
colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better, man. Try this out, all right? It's going to work out for you.
Yeah, once I was watching these documentaries on YouTube, I remember, and I got into documentaries about drugs.
Huh.
And I kept watching one after the other, and then my feed became documentaries about drug addiction in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
I don't even do drugs or anything. I just got hooked to documentaries about drugs. And I was consuming more and more. I was like, anybody has another documentary about drugs, please, I need one more.
I need my morning fix.
Yeah,
dude. What is going
man.
on?
I need to see people doing drugs. And that was a crazy phase I went through. But also, like you're saying, it throws up random stuff based on what you watch. And now if you can step back someday and look at your recommendations, you get a great insight into who
Yeah.
you've become.
It's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
In a generation where everybody is saying these are my pronouns, those are my pronouns,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that now when a person reaches 12, 13, 14 years old, YouTube, Facebook, they'll just be recommending you a pronoun.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we think
You are.
should be.
Oh, man. Yeah, let's outsource this big part of our life to YouTube. They'll
Because
figure it out.
every other part of my identity I'm broadcasting already.
Yeah.
I'm finding out new terminology for my identity online.
Hmm.
So why not just outsource it completely?
Yeah.
Where you tell me where do I fit in on the spectrum and that's it. You point out the realistic.
Generate pronoun. That's the
like captcha.
Yeah.
Generate captcha, generate pronoun.
And this extends to beyond YouTube, of course. It's like, I'll tell you what, recently, this is why I thought of this. I got an ad on Instagram or somewhere to buy a t-shirt. And the t-shirt said, entrepreneur, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm like, Instagram thinks I am that asshole who would buy this t-shirt.
Yeah.
How have I convinced Instagram
Yeah.
that this is who I am?
Yeah.
And then I was like, what have I been watching? How have they got this from me? This you start questioning.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm giving asshole entrepreneur energy out
Yeah,
to
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Am I narcissistic? I want to
Yeah.
be a myth, a legend.
Yeah.
The why am I seeing this ad should not be like, oh, because we got some data and we want to get. It should be like, no, tell me about myself.
Yeah. It should directly open a video of like a therapist or someone.
Yeah.
Let me explain who you are right now
Yeah.
in your life.
Yeah, that is an added service provided by
Yeah.
Google now.
Yeah.
Like they have taken over the therapy. They can afford to. They'll just hire all the therapists and be like, you're going to be a small pop-up square which people will choose to open up or not.
Yeah.
And every 5 minutes there's an ad that you have to click on.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Like
the
there's a
only rule
skip
for the
ad.
therapist, you can never recommend less Google to the client. Like that's not allowed.
We will put your solutions on our servers.
Yeah.
You do not need to worry about that. And YouTube has this one small asteroid field of content where if you go down a rabbit hole, for a couple of hours, you're just documentary shorts, whatever. And then suddenly you'll reach content where the comments are, that's enough YouTube for today.
Yeah.
That's like the frontier part of...
This is something you've seen?
Yes.
Yeah. Same.
Yes.
Oh
Same.
shit. Okay, I don't
People
have an
are-
addiction.
You've not gone deep enough.
not
Yeah.
gone deep.
Yeah. You haven't gotten lost, buddy.
Yeah. You have to. At one point, I was like, until I get that comment, I'm not done.
Yeah.
I have to find one of those comments.
I want to hear my conscience through a comment.
Yeah.
And be like, enough, buddy.
Yeah, this
What-
guy will tell me it's enough for
Yeah.
today. Someone needs to tell me.
And it's always something weird, like something so
Yeah.
absurd where you are just looking like a bull doing something. or just like
Yeah.
like okay, stop now.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I think I've had this moment. I remember I got this suggestion of like lock picking lawyer. He's this guy who
Yeah,
every
no worries.
episode will get a lock
Yeah.
and show how to pick it. Like, that's it.
He's a lawyer.
Now I don't know how far the lawyer part is true.
Oh, so lock picking is his passion.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He's a lawyer by profession.
Oh, so he's like basically saying, I've got my bases covered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to
I
break
can
into your
literally
house.
spring you out of jail.
Yeah.
So a lawyer whose pastime is crime, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
He can
I
just
want to commit crime legally. I want to share this mechan. And
Yeah.
what a weird piece of information to be put out there,
Yeah.
you know. And it's just like, I don't want criminals to find solutions on YouTube. Okay, that is where I draw the line. Don't
Yeah.
try to show them efficient ways of committing crime.
True. This is a great point because I read this book once. I think Frederick Forsyth. Have you guys? So he used to write these espionage type books,
Yes.
right? So he wrote this book. I think it was Day of the Jackal or one of these books, where he highlighted how a guy stole someone's identity by going to a church and going through the register of people who died young, and someone's birth year matches more or less his birth. So there was this very detailed chapter on how to do this, and criminals actually started doing this because of reading that book. Now, if you are a criminal and you read a book and find it, I'm all for it. Like, this is an intellectual criminal. Let them go, but don't give it to them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, that's I agree totally. with you
Because
on that.
you've condensed it down
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
I'm skipping portions.
No, yeah,
No.
yeah. Do the work.
Yeah.
Like, put in
I can look back whenever I want.
correct. Like, but yeah. Speaking of like rabbit holes, I remember I used to be like reaction videos. They are just absolute garbage.
Yeah.
And then I clicked on a couple, and dude, it's kind of sad, but like people reacting to music you like, it's a weird human thing of you want strangers to like the music you like. That's the whole thing. So I just keep clicking on the same songs, different people reacting.
Yeah.
And I want them to like the part where I was like, yeah.
Yes.
And they're just getting hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And I'm simultaneously angry that I'm watching this and
Yes.
giving them views. But I'm happy that he likes the song the way I like it.
I like the reaction videos which they take it a step to just not a normal like genres which would never meet, like rap artists reacting to metal.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know,
that's
like
what. Yeah.
two black guys reacting to metal is like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to know where the pie chart meets here
Yeah.
and how. You
Yeah.
know? There is a level of belongingness that you're finding
Totally.
in that.
Totally.
And then you realize if you are a comic or a writer,
Yeah.
you know, you do realize that, they found a psychological hack that
Yeah.
my content hasn't yet.
Oh.
You know, because there is a mirror effect almost that we are experiencing. Ki,
Yeah.
he's smiling when I'm smiling.
Correct.
He is getting excited when I'm getting
Yeah.
excited. But at the same time, I'm diluting my experience to nothing.
Yeah, and now I'm not focusing on the song at the moment. I'm focusing on this person's reaction.
Oh yeah, this person is more important than the artist now.
Yeah.
Like if I'm listening to Metallica,
Yeah.
more than Metallica, I'm paying attention to Jayesh and how his face is.
And the sad thing is the reason this is happening is the algorithm doesn't let them play the song fully. So they have to pause and be like, hey, this part was great.
Oh yeah.
Play.
Oh yes. Yeah, that is the loophole.
Yeah.
Copyright strike.
Yeah. Although they can't play it through.
So
yeah.
to not have a copyright strike, you have to either upload or trash something.
Yes, correct. You have to have an opinion in the middle of the song to not get the song removed. Reaction videos is a real rabbit hole you can go down.
It's a big genre though. It is a big genre, and it is almost like sometimes you realize the actual content got more views because somebody reacted to it. And that is where you really feel bad for the original creator.
Oh man.
Because the world is applauding the first guy who clapped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey man, like this was clap worthy before. Don't look at his clap and be like, yeah, now I'll also clap.
We need people to make our opinion for us now. That's what it means, right? We're not okay with just the artist straight from the horse's mouth. It's not enough for us.
So we are scared.
So you want to make the reaction guy, your Swiggy for opinion.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where we are going towards.
Yes.
Yeah.
And opinions are a bit funny now
Mm.
because if you're comparing it to, when you see the migration in National Geographic and whatnot, the wildebeest herd is migrating. Opinions used to be like the scary, when you're crossing the river, the whole herd is crossing. And the crocodiles know.
Yeah.
Because they are seeing, okay, the first, 100, these went like this. So we are going to stay here only and pick it.
Yeah.
And then you always see like a couple of wildebeest who are like, no, I'll climb from here or I'll climb for there. And then they make it, but that's like an opinion. You need to test it. And sometimes it's not perfect, dude. Sometimes a crocodile eats you.
Yeah.
All right. But once you understand that, just allow me to do that. Don't just let me, as an opinion, also join a herd only.
I have seen this wildebeest video, by the way, on YouTube. I'm sorry, that's all I'm focusing on. Is like, this is also a video I've seen.
Yeah.
But
It's the one watch later video you actually watch.
animals, huge genre. of
Crocodiles.
Oh, yeah, totally, dude.
Just
Lizards of any sort.
Yeah,
we are-
Komodo dragons. Have you ever seen a Komodo
Yes.
dragon
Yeah.
video on
Yes.
YouTube? Oh my god, dude, these guys.
And one
Brutal.
thing you might not know about lizards,
Yes.
but I'll tell you is in Maharashtra, in the olden times, there was like a monitor lizard is pretty big. A species of monitor lizard used to be found here as well in the rainforests.
Okay.
And in local language, it's called a ghorpad.
Okay.
And it's a lizard with big talons, big claws, and it's massive.
Yeah.
So what they used to do is they used to tie a rope to it, and then they used to use it as an anchor, like to climb
To climb what? Trees?
walls and stuff like
Wow.
that. So they used to have like massive lizards. So that is how some people used to climb the fort ka walls and stuff like that. They used to have massive lizards and whatnot. And so because their anchoring is such, and they used to have very light people climb.
But how are they sure the lizard's going where they want it to go?
Because the lizard wants to survive. Like, no, go on top. Like,
Okay,
that
they're just
is
trying
it.
to escape the human only, basically.
Yes,
and
exactly.
And the human is
And you have
attached.
tied it to it. And now when it goes up, you give it a tug, it's going to be like, hey, I'm falling. So the lizard,
Oh my god.
that's the...
That's an elevator.
Yeah, but no lizard is going to go, okay. No.
That's like Flintstones, dude.
Yes, that is very Flintstones.
Yeah. But what? Imagine if there was a lizard which made that complex decision of like, I'm ready to die if this guy also goes with me. And it's like, let's go.
I've been
My
kept
one
in a-
sacrifice will
Yeah.
make sure my whole species is not trusted.
Yeah, man.
It's like in those mountain climbing movies now.
Yeah.
One fellow cuts the rope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
He's the weight leverage.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like, for you, remember me. And then he cuts the rope and he falls. And I'm like, of course I'm going to remember you. You fell in front of me. You think I'm going to forget? I see people...
That's a story I'm telling everyone.
Yeah.
Man.
Will I die?
So wait, so now those lizards are extinct, is what you're saying?
No, they are not just used. Now people found ropes and better
Oh,
ways
they
to
found
climb.
better ways. I
or
don't
stuff
think
like
there's
that.
a better way than this. This is the most
It's the most
interesting.
that should be a tourist thing.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
new way of rock
That's an
climbing.
adventure sport in itself.
Dude, only I mean, let's not pat humans too much on the back, but only humans can find a way to make use of lizards
Yeah.
for
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
just otherwise pointless things.
Yeah.
But they okay, they eat flies and all. But
It must be
whatever.
very, if you are ever able to understand the way animals communicate with each other,
Yeah.
it would just be a lot of confused discussion about human beings.
Yeah.
They're not even like taking us for the same reason. They're like coming up with different reasons to use us.
Yeah, man.
You know, like
It's
Ryan.
like octopuses are like, they're eating me, and then one octopus is making predictions for who'll win the World Cup.
World
Like there's
Cup,
such
yeah.
a diverse
Yeah.
career
What do you
option.
have to do to make sure they don't eat you?
Yeah, Paul the octopus. Hey, I'm into football, guys. I'm into football, okay?
Poor guy tried to pretend to be human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think what you're saying, confused conversations of animals. Like whenever they see us build a road through the jungle, they're like, these guys just shit everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Just shit everywhere and never goes away.
Yeah, and tarmac is very slippery for animals. Like tarmac is very weird for animals.
Yeah.
Like we have made tarmac not for feet, but for wheels.
Correct.
You know, so and then
Yeah.
we are like, oh yeah, when we walk on it, our knees hurt. Yeah, buddy, because you made it for wheels.
Yeah.
You did not make it for your feet.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking like, oh, it's like a great invention. Animals are walking over it and thinking, dude, this traps heat.
Yeah, they probably don't cross it for the first. Like animals get to a road and they're like,
Yeah, they're just like,
I'm gonna wait here for it takes them a few days to cross a road.
yeah.
But I mean, one day they will evolve and you will have animals which have wheels. And that day, the worlds will collide. But it'll take a few million years.
Just skating across.
Like giraffe. Migrating by just like rollerblading.
Yeah, man.
That would make moving around very easy. I mean, skating is such a interesting thing to be. Like this was made for fun.
Yeah.
And then people started competing with it.
Yeah.
Everything that is sport or whatever, it's made with the idea of having fun.
Yeah.
And then some people just take it too far.
Yeah. Some people want to basically monetize it, and also they have this wish to win.
Yeah.
And they haven't won anything, and so there's a new thing I could win. No one knows.
Dude, I like playing volleyball, not at 5 o'clock in the morning, man.
Yeah.
Like, at least have breakfast, dude.
Yeah.
What are you
Warm up
doing?
for this? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you have these people, you're right, because in every colony there'll be these uncles who play badminton and stuff. And they seem to be really into it, but they only they only feel rage while playing it. And then you're like, what are you gaining from this Sunday activity? Because they're just throwing the racket across the...
Shit.
Yeah, in my colony there was this guy, he used to just lose to kids and then break the racket. Yeah, he used to buy a new racket every week.
You think he has just seen professionals on YouTube like Federer, or not Federer, but somebody else, when they lose their shit like John McEnroe or somebody, and then they break the racket and whatnot. And then this guy is doing it for A-wing versus B-wing match.
Yeah. We always pick up the worst attributes of the... Like, you've not reached there yet. But...
Also, you don't have sponsorship from the racket makers,
Exactly.
dude. You are going and buying another one. You don't have 5 in your locker room.
Is that how they pitched the rackets also? Like, look, McEnroe had to be so angry to...
Yeah.
It took him like 6 swings to break our racket. And that's McEnroe, dude.
That's a great campaign for that. That makes sense. But yeah, you guys, are you all into sports? You all play sports?
Nowadays, it's pivoted. I used to watch a lot of cricket, but that was during Nayan Mongia and whatnot time.
Nobody
Exactly.
says during Nayan Mongia.
Like, nobody.
That is not an era. By the way. You don't refer to it as the Nayan Mongia era.
Yeah. It's deleted, dude. So nowadays, I focus on singular sports. So martial arts and Formula 1. These are the 2 sports I'm following now.
Nice.
I can't follow multiple sports because then you just feel like unathletic.
Yeah. No, the reason I ask is I play some football sometimes, and football is fine. But when individual sports, right, like tennis or something, I was the other day watching some tennis, and I just thought back to, like, people who compete at the highest level are basically sociopaths. Like, you can't be... They just want to win at all costs.
Yes.
They put that Rafael Nadal that day, his leg was not working. He's like, but it's fine. If I die here also, I'll try to win this trophy. And that's not a normal way of thinking at all. That's not a healthy way of thinking.
Death should not be a possibility in tennis.
Yeah, that's... But I remember once I was playing some table tennis in my colony competition, let's say A-wing, B-wing thing. And I beat this guy in the best of 3 game. And I felt bad for him, and I realized, dude, I have no sporting, like that killer instinct in me.
You have that sportsmanship.
Yeah.
The wrong kind of sportsmanship.
And I didn't let him, but he won the next 2 games and I got knocked out. And I felt like an idiot. I was like, I'm not even 1/100th of Nadal's competitiveness. Like, I had no injury and I gave up. This guy was like... And this guy's won 21 Grand Slams already. So it's not like he's going for his one first. It's like, I just need another one. I've not had enough.
I've already made the shelf.
Yeah.
I need to fill it with something now.
Yeah. This is all I care about. I need to keep winning stuff.
Also, that killer instinct thing, you see it like too much when even after winning, the person who's won looks at the loser and does,
Yeah.
That is calm down when you won.
Yeah, the thing you do. This is your full-time job. Right?
Yeah, you had a good day at work. Calm
Yeah,
down.
nobody is like, I nailed that Excel sheet today. Whoa, and
Yeah.
just runs into,
The odds were in your favor, dude.
Yeah.
You trained for it so much, chances
Yeah.
are you would pull it off.
Yeah.
It's not like you were slobbing around
Yeah.
inside your house and now you were given a racket and you're like, I'm destroying.
Yeah, you're only this good at this because you sacrificed your whole life for it.
Yeah. You don't remember the faces of your children. So, of course, your serve is great now.
Yeah.
Of course, it's
All you
fast.
can do is push things away.
Yeah. This is the only way I belittle sport is by making it seem like something children would do.
Yeah.
And so I don't feel bad about my
Yeah,
lack
yeah,
of
yeah.
ability in sport.
You had.
Yeah, in sports, everything is an overreaction.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, I think you can enjoy athletic ability. Youth and athletic ability go hand in hand a lot because your body is just pliable as a kid. You are just doing things that would shake you, like make you think twice.
Yeah. And now I hate, now I see kids in Diwali and I hate the concept only of bursting crackers. It's crazy how it's changed.
I
over
just
time.
want them to use Bluetooth speakers and an app now.
Yeah.
Remove
Yeah.
the smoke part of
Yeah.
it. Just have connected and just press douche, dash,
Yeah.
just have different noises.
Yeah, why in this one aspect of your life do you want the old world
Yeah.
experience suddenly?
Yeah.
Do it on your tablet.
Yeah. Like I remember there was this bomb,
Yeah, bomb.
with a goddess's photo on it.
Yes.
And whenever it blew up,
Yeah.
there were bits of paper,
Yeah.
which was the packing
Yeah.
for that firecracker.
Yeah.
And that is where, like, as a tree, I would feel the saddest. Like,
Yeah.
at least if somebody writes a poem or something on me,
Yeah.
I understand. You just blew me up.
Yeah.
You made
Yeah.
pulp out of it,
Yeah,
made
yeah,
paper with writing on it, and then
Yeah.
you were like fire.
Yeah. And it's a bomb. At least a bomb. It had no. It's a sad way to put it, but it had no victims. Also, this bomb. It didn't get any targets. It didn't clear. Eardrums. It's like kind of an insult to use up a bomb just to make a noise. That's
Yeah.
all it did. But speaking of this specific bomb you're talking about, it was like blue and
Correct.
red in color. So there was this one time I just remembered this in my apartment. You have these kids in your friend circle who don't burst firecrackers.
Yes.
So we had one friend like that. We would not see him during Diwali for the 2-3 days. But that Diwali, his mom was like, no, you go with them and you learn. And so he was with us. He was not enjoying. He was just standing like this the whole time. And he was lighting a candle. But that candle was exact color of that bomb. It was blue and red, I remember. And it was kind of dark. And I was just like looking out for my friend who doesn't. I thought he doesn't know how to burst firecrackers, right? And the candles, you've seen the wick. It's like so small. So I'm like, it's going to blow in his face. I literally ran across like a field and I tackled this guy and we went flying. I'm like, no! And I knocked him down. And his mother was standing, who was like telling us to help this kid. And he went flying and he's like, what are you doing, dude? And he just went home after that. He never burst crackers again.
I don't think he'll ever go to a candlelight protest. Ever.
Dude, I ruined it in a way he didn't think I could ruin Diwali.
Also, these people, I know of these kids, they read an essay and they are like, hey man, I'm going to save the climate.
Yeah.
You remember that time when as a kid you thought your actions mattered?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'll switch on the electricity and switch it off
Yeah.
and I'll conserve. And then you step out in the world and you're like, oh, we are way past this.
Yeah.
We are way past. I should just have burnt my house down.
Yeah,
It's
I
just,
should have left my taps open.
Yeah.
And gone out of town.
what am I even doing? Why? For whom? It would feel so dumb, right? When, hey man, I did everything right. For what? Who do you think you are? Like,
You just find that person who's living the opposite life as you.
yeah.
And you're just like, oh, okay. That doesn't matter. You nullified my whole life.
Oh, yes. Because even during Diwali, I remember while, going ahead with the firecrackers, you placed your head like it was the chimney. This is where I'll get all the smoke in my lungs. Not even like this or keep your head around or whatever. No, not even that.
Oh, and also, you remember that snake thing? There was this thing called
Oh,
snake.
yes.
Yeah,
Pellets.
Pointless. You just light it, ash would come out and it would end. And it was
Yeah.
never it was always an underwhelming experience.
Yeah.
But you bought it again next Diwali.
It was like a really intelligent scientist
Hmm.
looked at the dumb people and said, "Oh, they are finding experiments
Yeah.
fancy, huh?"
Yeah.
Like they saw like how when you see the first magnesium strip,
Mm.
you have that
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
experiment, and you're
Burn
like,
it and
"Oh, it's green.
Yeah.
Fire can be green." You know, that's the firecracker snake thing. Like
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
dumb people wouldn't even understand. They just give, and it's the most poisonous.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
probably like what the Nazis used
Yeah.
in a lot of that Holocaust.
It's got a snake. Some of them have got like a snake's picture on it.
Yeah, and it looks nothing like a snake. Like, have you
Yeah.
seen a snake ever?
Very disappointing. It really is. And it just you can just blow it and it just
It's
shatters.
gone.
Ash.
Yeah.
I think that is what you want. That is the amount of power you want against a snake. You see a snake and you just want to like,
Yeah.
and it disappears.
The snake goes. You go for.
Yeah. You've ever seen a snake in real life?
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
We were playing in the colony and some snake was standing in the middle of this badminton court only. Everything happens in the badminton court for us.
It's audience. I want to see if he breaks the new racket.
But yeah, I've seen snake, but never like a cobra or anything. This snake seemed like pretty harmless. You guys have encountered a
Yeah.
venomous
Yeah.
snake?
A couple of times, because I live near a national park
Okay.
in Mumbai.
Yeah.
So, and whenever I used to go as a kid, once we had seen that there were two snakes mating. But the way I was explained it was they are fighting.
Yeah.
And that's how snakes fight. Like they coil
Fair.
and whatnot. So I'm like, oh, is that what? Like they're trying to strangle each other without hands. That was the explanation I was given to two snakes fucking.
Yeah.
That is how it worked out. And that was the one time I'd seen it. And then a couple of times when you're just going for a trail run and you see a snake move,
Yeah.
and it's very scary.
Yeah.
Incredibly scary because you feel like I don't know how this thing is going to move.
Exactly.
I can't understand the movement of it at all.
Exactly.
And it feels like a bit of rope that somebody's dragging,
Yeah.
but it's moving towards you.
Yeah.
And it moves towards you head first.
This is like you've explained snakes to like if an alien visits Earth and doesn't know what a snake is.
Yeah.
You have explained it's like a rope that moves on its own.
Yeah, because when
It
you
has
see
eyes.
it feels scary because of that. Like at least
Yeah.
I couldn't when you see it move, you're like, oh, this is weird what is happening. That's
Yeah.
how you spot a snake
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Like this twig is moving in a it cannot curve.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be curving and moving so fast ahead.
Yeah.
And I never want to be around one, man.
Yeah. Snakes are crazy creatures. You guys know snakes evolved from lizards, right?
Oh, acha.
So
They
imagine
lost their limbs.
making that choice as a
Yeah.
creature.
Yeah, saying no to legs.
Yeah, what kind of devious
Yeah,
creature
yeah,
would do that?
What sort of confidence you have in your fangs that you're like, I don't want legs, dude. I don't want limbs. I just
Yeah,
want
yeah.
these teeth.
Yeah.
I want to kill everyone. Get an elephant. I bet you get an
A
elephant.
python chokes like a chimpanzee or whatever, and is like, see, no hands.
Yeah, that would feel like very
Yeah.
like if you're a monkey.
Opposable thumb, fuck off.
Yeah. If you're a monkey and you get choked out by a python, that's just an insult. I don't have hands, bro. You have thumbs. I don't have hands. What are you thinking about? And I choked you.
You
Yeah.
use tools, you say.
I suffocated you with my torso.
Yeah.
That is what I utilized.
Crazy. But yeah, these snakes, I've heard of people seeing them mating only. I guess that's the only time they let their guard down. And
Yeah.
unlike humans, that's the time they're most visible.
Yeah.
So, I saw a python once.
Mm.
It had eaten something and it was like digesting it.
Okay, it was like you
So
could
it was
see.
just done. It was
Yeah.
it was in food coma.
Yeah,
a
they go
python
into
in
proper food coma.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
So then they got someone to like put it in a sack and like take it somewhere and whatnot. And that was the first time I saw. So it was 2007, 2008. First time I saw people like take out their phones and click a photo or something. Like it was the
Oh.
genesis of that time. Ki, oh, come on, I need to show this to someone else.
Documented.
Yeah. The documentation.
Yeah,
of
the
thing.
first ever YouTube video was also me at the zoo or something. There's a guy in the zoo. Yeah, and it's just like I'm at the zoo. So
Oh.
animals is where it all started.
Yeah.
The first thing people thought of
Everyone
uploading.
wanted to be National Geographic.
Yeah,
first.
basically. National Geographic, which is a channel which covers mating like it's just normal.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
grasshoppers, you want to know grasshoppers how they are? Like, praying
Yeah.
mantis.
Yeah,
They pray while.
Yeah, they bite off the head of the
Yeah.
the female bites off the head of the male.
Yeah. A lot of the bug species and animal species is where you see matriarchy dominating.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like if a really sexist person wants a defense mechanism, they just start pointing out species.
Hey, what about black widows, huh?
Like, at least we are not beheading women, okay? Like, that is what you do in your office to men if you're spiders.
Oh man.
That is how people start approaching.
Hey, that's a more sort of woke approach, I would say, because you're considering all living creatures are important.
You are not just human rights.
Yeah.
You're about rights now.
Rights.
Yeah. You think gender is just to our species? What is
All
wrong with you,
creatures
man?
matter. Yeah.
All creatures matter. That spider was bi. That's why I'd allowed it to bite me. It's an ally, dude. Yeah, I'm having a bit of fever, but that's the least I'm ready to go through in order to stand by my principles. I'm ready to have a hemophilatic shock or something like that. Because I won't
What
let
did
my
you do?
principles-
Make a placard and a hashtag? Come on. Show up, man.
Yeah. I turned blue. I became a flag.
Oh man.
That's what I stood for.
But you guys know this? They recently found out that chimpanzees, like, they're more human than we even thought. Like, they plot against someone in their group and be like, we are all gonna kill this guy.
Yeah.
And they kill that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
What had happened once is, so chimpanzees, again, it's a reward mechanism that you have in zoos where you have food placating them. And one zookeeper did, this person was taking care of the monkeys for the longest amount of time, caretaker every day, socializing with them, all of that. And it was a chimp's birthday in that enclosure. So this caretaker, in her head, she did so many socializing activities with the chimps that in her head she forgot to remember that these are animals.
Yeah.
They have their own hierarchy.
Yeah.
What she did was she took a birthday, because it was a chimp's birthday, so she took a birthday cake for that specific chimp and did not give the cake to the other chimpanzees in the enclosure. And they saw that this monkey got the reward and ate it without sharing it with us, and this woman gave him and did not give us. They killed the monkey after the caretaker left, and then when the caretaker came in to see, oh my god, the birthday boy, what happened, attacked the caretaker also.
Wow.
Like, you don't give me cake, that means it's betrayal, it's tribal betrayal. You need to be taken out. And that's where you should draw the line, with birthdays.
Yeah, I don't
Stop.
think chimps believe in birthdays.
Yeah, they don't understand that, hey, it's George's day, man.
Ridiculous.
Let's clap it up for George. No.
Yeah. It's a bit much. Yeah, why are we humanizing them so much that they need birthdays now?
Yeah.
Huh?
And what, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
You go to a crocodile enclosure, you're cutting away a hand now.
Yeah.
Happy 11th, man. Just stick a couple of candles in your forearm. Throw it in the crocodile enclosure, see it float.
Imagine if you try to give a captive animal a wild experience. And in the wild, you would be statistically dead by this age. So we're going to just throw you into the lion's cage. So that's how it would go.
Because our senses are so dull. We have evolved to not belong in the jungle, in the forest. Our evolutionary arc, that train, how it changes tracks. We have just changed tracks, dude. We haven't. So our eyesight, our sense of smell, all of that is not that efficient. And that is why when we go into the forest, whenever you see depictions or descriptions of anecdotal, moments where somebody from the village has gone out and gotten killed, the description is always like the forest claimed him. Like the forest ate him. Because that is what it feels like. If a tiger eats you, you haven't seen the tiger unless it's here. It's growling, it's here, it's got a its claw on your face.
You have no time to process this.
And that is when you feel like, oh dude, there were stripes and what? The leaves came alive and ate me, man.
Dude, chances are when you see the tiger moving on, your first thought will be Tarzan.
Yeah.
And then the tiger comes in. Oh no, it's a tiger.
Yeah. And Disney movies have done that a lot for a lot of city, Western civilization and city boys and girls. Like our take on animals is so corrupted that you see a couple of white people when they go to Africa on a safari, it is hilarious. Or even here when they go to Tadoba Tiger Sanctuary or whatever, you will see the idea of capturing a tiger because you're in a jeep makes them forget that it's a tiger. It can easily climb a jeep.
So true.
There is no roof. And you're making noises, excited noises at the sight of it. Are you insane, man? It's like you're pointing. You have a signboard over you. Eat me. You know, that's what you're doing.
No.
Why go for the deer? The deer can run, man. I'm here. Come for me.
Yeah, no, especially white people really have this affliction towards dangerous things like animals. They just want to pet every animal that exists. Some animals are not meant to be pet.
Of course not.
I mean, tigers, ideally never touch them. Yeah.
And magicians are getting up, you know, like there was a zone where magicians started using tigers. Like, are you insane, man? Stick to cards. Okay. What are you trying to do? Make a tiger?
You guys remember that Chris Rock joke on Siegfried and Roy? He's like, everyone's like, the tiger went, it bit one of them. Everyone's saying the tiger went crazy. The tiger didn't go crazy, it went tiger.
Yeah, exactly.
It was crazy when it was on the cycle before doing what the man is saying.
The tiger did tiger things. Exactly. And it's like, no, the tiger has the final magic trick. Okay, it will make you disappear. You won't make the tiger.
All these years were just a setup for this final trick I want to show you.
For my final trick.
I want to get you comfortable for years. And then just maim you a bit.
Just one day I go, ta-da!
Yeah.
Where did the hand go? We tried to... we try to have weird pets. I do not know why. Money changes it a lot in our head. You know, where celebrities have always gone for bigger animals as pets.
Yeah.
The bigger of a celebrity you are, the more of a, hey man, I got a giraffe, I got chimps, I got whatever. Like I have a ecosphere of this planet at my disposal, like Garden of Eden for myself.
Basically. It's just, we want to acquire things no one else has. That's all. And no one in your neighborhood has a giraffe. You get one. That's
man. And we spend also on weird things. Like rhinos are going extinct because people can't get their dicks hard.
Is that what's happening? The white rhino, like they've been showing that rhino porn and stuff and nothing is working.
They have been, right? They have been doing that for species.
Pandas as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pandas and sloths, they just don't mate. Too lazy to mate.
Yeah, that's like that's such a human approach to them going extinct. Like, hey, they have ED or they don't know how to do it.
Yeah, man.
Sex is very instinctive. They will know.
Yeah.
They are just like, there's no point. Humans have taken over.
And also, this is so regressive of you to expect them to procreate. If they don't want to, like, this isn't that. Where what happened to? It's their choice.
Marriage.
Thing. You can't.
Also, it would be very weird, right? Because instinctively you mate, you're vulnerable then, even in the forest and whatnot. The moment you hear cheering or something like that, you will stop.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they're trying to get these last two rhinos in the world, white rhinos, to do it. But that's the rhino knows there's like a whole film crew out here waiting. The National Geographic is like, yes, it's gonna go in now.
Is today the day? And the rhinos are like, dude, stop recording for give me 5 minutes, bro.
Conscious.
Yeah,
give me 5 minutes,
it's
and
difficult even when it's just me and this rhino. And now there's so many people.
Also, if they're like the last two rhinos or something, all right. Like as it is, these guys made based on like, okay, who is the best possible this. Maybe like this is not the best possible person. Whoever is born out of this union will be even more weaker.
Yeah. And what if they are seeking their soulmate still, both the rhinos. And and there are no options out there, so they won't do it. It's simple.
Also, if those are the last two,
Yeah.
then you have their offspring.
Yeah.
It'll still die, because then if you make the offspring mate,
Yeah.
then
fucked up, dude.
Yeah, this involves incest somewhere to
eventually,
keep this going.
to save a
This
species.
is just a prelude to incest.
Yeah.
This one. But this is funny because again, connected to YouTube, I'd seen a video on white rhinos going extinct, and the funniest comment I saw was people were like, someone was heartfelt on YouTube comments. It's a big mistake. Someone's gonna attack you.
You showed your weakness.
Yeah. So they were like, oh, these are such lovely creatures. Why on earth are they going extinct? And the most highly rated comment is because they're delicious.
Oh man.
And, that heartfelt comment had, let's say, 500 likes, but they are delicious at like 3,000. That tells you what it's all about.
Oh yes. If you are an easy to butcher animal, you're done for, man.
Yeah.
Like if it's work, then I'm not cooking you and eating and all of. Who's going to do so much work? I start believing in some form of karmic cycle when I read about the fact that chickens are related to dinosaurs.
Oh man.
And I'm like, oh, so you're telling me in an alternate universe, like the Jurassic Park for dinosaurs is just like a normal bar and restaurant.
Yeah.
They're just going and saying, oh my god, the menu is just us, man.
Yeah.
They are eating us.
That's the first thought, right? Oh, they like chicken. No, now I regret that dinosaurs went extinct even more. It's like one more thing I could have eaten.
Yeah. And it would be so economical. You wouldn't even have to create chicken farms. You just hunt one T-Rex.
Yeah.
That would be incredibly scary, because butter chicken would provide you with enough courage, I feel, to pick up a spear and go in front of a lizard where, hey man, I've come up with a tandoor big enough for you.
It's too funny that they say this thing, right? Like whatever exotic meat you eat, people like tastes like chicken. We can add dinosaur probably to that list.
Yeah,
also.
but that is your brain just telling you that, right? I always feel like, of course, you're eating a frog.
Yeah.
So your brain is not going to tell you, hey, imagine you're eating a frog.
Yeah.
Imagine the meat that you're most conditioned to be okay with.
Correct.
And that's why your brain is just, because you're in your head, it's fighting the idea of, I have to commit this action,
Yeah.
but without finding it repulsive.
Yeah.
So you're just lying to yourself.
Correct. Fair. But it's hard to do also sometimes.
Yes.
Like I don't know about you guys, like goat cheese, very popular nowadays.
Yeah.
I can't stand goat cheese. It tastes more like I'm eating a goat than mutton does to me. It just tastes like I'm just licking a goat. I don't know. I can't explain it. It just feels very goat to me. And I mutton doesn't do that, because that I've done that process of convincing myself it's just something delicious over the years.
Yes.
But goat cheese, I can't do it.
Because the texture of goat cheese is such that you feel like your mouth is next to the udder.
What is it like?
That's the because it's feta cheese, like it's usually salty and it will be.
It has
like,
an aftertaste, man. It just I can't explain it. I just trust me, it tastes like licking a goat, and I've never licked a goat, but I think that's what licking a goat will taste like if you put some salt on the goat. Live goat. We're not talking about a cooked goat here. If someone can verify this, please let me know if you've done this.
There's somebody in the comment section.
Yeah, like-
How many goats have you licked, Shamik? Let me just tell you. Like the goat organization just comes up with a comment. Meh.
No, they're just like, please, this is not a proper review.
Yeah.
This is
Oh
not
yeah,
how
if there's
goats
some
taste.
goat cheese sort of organization.
No. I'm saying a goat organization.
Oh.
This is not how goats taste when you lick.
Oh, I say goats. The goat organization is like, don't compare goats to goat cheese.
Yeah.
I didn't think
No,
about
there's
that. way.
specifically people who lick goats. For
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, that is that's a different sort of cheese. When you have that, you're like, hey, you stopped early. You haven't finished making it. You stopped early, man. What happened? Why are there no blocks of it? It's just falling apart.
Yeah, just take your time, buddy.
That's camel milk is a big deal in the Middle East, and
Oh yeah.
and that's where you realize that okay, milk is just nourishment. that you're stealing from babies everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's such a, if you think about it, it has to give you a lot. Like I realize vegans, like that thought process comes from internalizing the idea of existence, like guilt regarding I have to eat and consume to survive.
Exactly.
Like veganism is almost, it's feeling like I want to take out the consequential part of it. Like, I don't want the consequence to be disastrous for something else that is living.
Yeah, no, it's very.
But that's
it's
only
totally
because
logical in some ways,
but that's only because you can't hear plants.
Yeah. Or we've not, maybe science has not understood how plants feel pain yet.
Yeah.
Just because based on our measures, plants don't feel pain doesn't prove that they don't
feel pain.
Yeah.
And anything that is being uprooted might feel pain, buddy.
Yeah.
Definitely. You can't take out that. Like grains are just being like, yeah, take it.
Yeah.
You know, they're just shaking out their fruits. No. It's not like a Zumba lesson. You know, that
every time you break a pistachio, just like, ah!
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
Pistachio, yeah. They're very pista thinks a lot of itself, right? That it expects you to do that much work for that one little thing. And also sometimes they're like almost closed. It's like a veg oyster.
It's a land oyster. It is a veg oyster. Correct.
Perfect.
Yeah, because the price difference between what do you call it, unshelled and shelled pista is mad. If you guys ever go on the market, just see the service charge that people are taking to open pista for you.
My dad employed us. During Diwali, they used to give each other dry fruits. And then my dad, like that rich feeling of, with whiskey, he'll have some dry fruits or something. So for like a month post that, we are just spending time shelling. Fucking a kilogram. Our nails are coming out. I'm like, dude, how much pista can you eat, man? Like, stop. Who are these people gifting it? It's not a gift, it's a curse.
Yeah, man, dry fruits gift is a big thing, huh? We don't gift friends dry fruits.
No.
Right? That's not a thing
because
that's carried forward.
Dry fruits are like a big part of pantry because things got spoiled. That's why you dried them, and then it's like, when you have a lean period, when you can't afford fresh things, you can still eat this. If you're traveling from one place to the other, it's lighter to carry. There's no water content. The amount of nourishment per unit is greater. So, but now it's like,
you're right. It's meant to be for emergency situations, but now it's something we consume between meals to add extra. Like humans are just like, no nourishment is enough for us.
And it's a hidden joke that people are playing on each other because we are gifting it during a festival where we celebrate prosperity. And it's almost like a sly joke, like, I know how you're with money, right? You'll be needing a handful of kajus, okay? I know how you're losing out on money.
You're gonna lose money soon, so
I've heard about your investments. Okay, please ensure you eat figs.
If Lakshmi is coming from my house, she's leaving someone's. I think it's yours.
Yes. So have a cardboard box filled with dry fruits. That is what you need. You will have to travel to another city because you'll lose face in this one. It's a sly dig that you don't know is coming your way.
Yeah.
And it was expensive. Like
Very
a lot
expensive.
of trades were dependent on that. A lot of wars were started because of spice.
Yeah, man. Spice.
We call them spice war.
A huge section. Most of the colonization was that. Rubber, spice, all of that, where they were not ready to pay the amount that the natives were charging. And they were like, what if we take over the supply chain and make the suppliers work for it without paying at all?
The British, like, the rubber thing, fair enough. But spice, like, they travel across the world to get some flavor in their food. And now also they don't have it. Like, at least by now, all British food should be delicious.
That was a Trevor Noah bit on that where he said, you haven't even used it.
Exactly. Dude, like,
you took it all and you're still stuck on salt. What is wrong with you, man?
Every white person's invention should just be taken away from him because, hey, you had coffee, no? While coming up with this. That's from Ghana.
Actually, nothing good grew where they ended up. And the spice war when you think about it, do you think like if you could travel back in time and tell a couple of colonizers, dude, you will have like, you know, hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people dying because you want cardamom, and centuries in the future, neighbors will be giving it to each other for free. You know, like if you run out of cardamom, you don't need to plot for a war. Just knock on my door, man. I'll give it to you. I'll tell you how to use it. Shell the elaichi, put the seeds in it. That has more flavor.
It's crazy to start a war over something that at best is a supporting act in the dish that you're eating.
It's aromatic.
You don't even eat the thing. You just remove it and put it aside.
You're attacking a whole different civilization for fragrance. You know, it is just that. All you're demanding from the world is fragrance. Come on, man. And most of the spices, cardamom, clove and whatnot, they were used by French perfumeries. A big chunk of that clove oil. And why? Because they did not take baths regularly.
Bathing was not, the sanitation was not even a thing back then.
And in tropical places, you know why? Because we can bathe here, dude. We can have wells and chill. It's like our whole country is a water park. You know, and you can come and chill. Nobody's telling you not to. But what is this, you know, silliness with not bathing? You know, and then you call yourself the superior. No, dude, you put powder on your face to hide the grime.
They're not fans of bathing. That's a good point. That's still going on. Like there was last year, I think Jake Gyllenhaal and some Hollywood actors it became a thing which was trending. They were Hollywood actors were like, I bathe once a week or once in 2 weeks. And
not even like a shower.
Because he's making up for the water in his fountains. He's feeling guilt that there are 5 spouts throwing out water right outside his main door. He's like, hey, I don't bathe, okay?
I just need the water just to look at it from my window.
And you don't take a bath, but you have bird bath as a garden fixture. You want birds to take a bath. You know?
Birds don't even bathe. They're like, why you want me to bathe?
Do they change the water of that bird bath?
They have a recurring thing happening.
Oh, so it's a system.
Yes. So the birds just come, they flutter their wings in water, and we like Walt Disney so much that we're like, oh, they're bathing. No, dude, they are just like, hey, there's water coming out continuously, and there's nothing to eat us here. Okay, so let's just chill.
They found a second use of water because we put that bird bath out there.
That would never be the case here. We city folk have a very antithetical approach towards birds. You know, pigeons, crows. I'm not feeding you anything. There's no bird feeder. There is nothing.
I mean, you gotta figure it out, and they figure it out, right?
Yeah,
to survive.
Man. They do. They in fact teach us a lot of things. Also. The early bird catches the worm. Where I was like, damn, that is how you want to define success.
What? And have we told the birds this? So they need to know this. This is more for them.
But does anyone know the moral of the Thirsty Crow story?
Thirsty Crow is the
one putting stones in the pot.
It's just
use your brains to get out of a difficult situation.
Be an entrepreneur.
That's not very specific though.
Be resourceful. Use what you have. You have pebbles, keep on putting pebbles in the pot, the water level will rise, and now you're not thirsty anymore.
Think out of the box.
How has no child choked on pebbles in their water bottle up until now?
I think they have.
They must have.
The parents are just like, damn, dude, let's not tell this to anyone. We look very dumb. Like, what did your child do? Pebbles in a water bottle? What is wrong with you?
Raising a crow. But crows are really intelligent. You guys know that? Again, sorry to keep going back to YouTube.
No.
But I've seen a video of a crow. Like it can solve like a 7-step puzzle to get to. I mean, there's a limit to their intelligence. They only work when food is involved, right? So that's when their brain works.
There was this method of fishing also the Chinese used to do. So they would have this bird that similar to like a pelican or something that dives into the river and catches fish and whatnot. So what they would do is they would put like some sort of pouch inside the fish's mouth. So it could not swallow the
fish's mouth.
Oh, sorry, inside the bird's mouth.
Oh, so he's trying to swallow the food.
So every 7th fish they would let the bird keep.
Oh, nice.
So now the bird knew that, okay, I need to get 6 fish to these guys, and the 7th one I'll be able to eat. So it learned how to count till 7 because of that.
Damn.
Like that whole area ka birds learned how to count.
This is not a Panchatantra story.
No, this is a legit thing. It's a legit way of how these guys used to fish.
Nice.
So it thought like if I got 6 fish to the fisherman, it'll open up my throat so that I would be able to eat.
It's basically you got a target as a bird.
Yeah.
Like an Uber driver.
Yeah.
Itna ride khatam karo.
Yeah, you get your bonus after number 6.
You get the coupon code which you will scratch and then you get
but it's not exact. Like this bird can't be like, that fish is too far away, I'm going to cancel this one. I'm going to go for another one. Udhar tak nahi aa raha hai.
Yeah, it just sits on a branch and you're like, hey, excuse me, come here.
It's the fish to come.
Yeah. You're just expecting it to come close by. What a way. Our laziness has led to a lot of
innovation.
Innovation. We have outsourced.
It's not necessity. Necessity is not the mother of invention.
Laziness is, dude.
Yeah.
Make it faster and easier. Not
100%.
necessity.
Yeah.
I mean, now we're in an era where people are making crores just sitting and gaming, right? Like that's a pinnacle of human evolution. Like you can just make money sitting down.
Being in a different world.
Yeah.
You can make more money shooting digital avatars of people in a game than actually facing real bullets in real life in a war. You know how terrible it would feel if you're a soldier and then you see EA Sports and Activision and how much money they are paying to Call of Duty players. Like, they are laughing when they get a headshot. Dude, I have PTSD because I've been in wars. I'm worried about my pension. And this guy is buying new mouse, which is wireless so that he can shoot things.
Oh man, yeah, that's so true. And you can die and come back in this game.
He'll respawn. You know, I have athletic ability which dies when I stop breathing. You know, because it's not like in the games when I'm shot and then the vision has reddened up and then I hide behind a box and it's fine again. That's not how real war works, man. If I see red, I remember my family. Okay, and this kid is earning millions now. What is this world we are living in? This is why I feel like we take them for granted, dude, a lot. Like, I'm a bit scared. Like, what if all of the armies of the world just realize that these people are not worth it? Let's start our own country. Like, it will be a very well-run country. Everything is disciplined. Everybody knows how to use a gun. There's no crime.
Nobody attacks that country.
Yeah, and who will fuck with that country?
No
like,
one.
you go to attack them, you know what they'll tell you? Hey, buddy, your army is here as well.
Yeah, they have no army.
Yeah, you have each other. Okay, civilians.
War will just be like two people on either side of the border arguing. Like quarreling with each other.
You have broomsticks, I have an AK-47. There is no comparison. And I know how to use it. You don't even know how to use a broom as a weapon.
Yeah, but I mean, eventually they will take over the world then. Because if you have guns and you're sitting in your country, your country has all the guns.
Yeah. Now I'm bored.
Yeah.
Now I'm asking, which is that country where all the gamers are at?
Yeah, let's go there.
Let's go there.
Call of Duty with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, just spring in from the window like a real
Can you
gun.
imagine the terror if you're a gamer, Shamik, and you're just sitting at the screen, okay, and then you look at the window and you see a real barrel of a gun. You're like, all right, this is it. Escape. Save game.
Yeah. And you're pressing all the buttons which are for ducking and stuff. Thinking that'll help you avoid real bullets.
And the guy with the gun is just laughing. Look at this idiot.
अरे वो button से कुछ नहीं होता.
You get shot, your head falls on the keyboard, and then on the screen you just have your character going up and down, up and down, up and down. Because your forehead and your chin is pressing W and D.
Oh man.
That is happening.
That's some ending. That's some ending.
That is a good place to end the episode
Yes.
on. Okay, press the W and D. The everlasting limbo of existence.
Yes.
That is what we are ending a YouTube episode on.
Oh, YouTube.
Exactly. So
Lovely.
we are basically going ahead and adding to the content that exists out there. If you have enjoyed the conversation, found it funny or interesting, then please do follow us. Please do follow Shamik across all social media websites. He does end up performing at a lot of different venues across cities. So please do follow him on Instagram to check out his tour dates and watch our episodes.
Wow.
Awesome.
Chalo, bye.
Bye-bye.
Man, talk about animals.
Yeah. Oh, we
But they are
go
fun.
down. It's animals.
Animals, I'm
sometimes.
sure they
Yeah,
come up
yeah.
all the time.